tell me if this is fair. It seems to be revolved around him having a trans lover that he wanted to defend.
No, it's because of all of the rhetoric that they choose. When it comes to them calling Trump a Nazi, calling Trump Hitler,
so they shouldn't
have Trump ever gassed any Jews?
Wait, I have a question. So politicians should not call Trump.
Oh man, that was good. I like that. Have Trump ever gassed any Jews? Has, brother, has. I confronted a Trump voter on Charlie Kirk. Video by Adam Mockler. Now, this video was actually originally titled, I confronted a black MAGA voter or a black Trump voter. I guess people might have been saying things in the comment section that made him feel like he should change that. Why are you making it about race? I don't know why people are trying to pretend as if there isn't something noteworthy about a black person who is an outspoken defender of people like Donald Trump and Charlie Kirk. It is significant. And I don't think there's anything wrong with Adam putting that in the title just because he's a white man. If I were to have the same conversation, I most certainly would be putting black in the title. But anyway, it's all good. I get it. They have to play the game a little bit differently because of their whiteness, and I respect that. And I understand that. Anyway, let's go ahead and check out this debate.
This is someone who constantly escalates the rhetoric and is calling Democrats vile vermin, enemy from within, fascist, communist.
But what are they calling Trump, though? They're calling him Hitler. They're calling him a Nazi.
J.D. Vance is calling him Hitler?
But he took responsibility. But that's what I'm saying. You're not letting me finish, Adam. Come on, dude.
My name is Adam Mockler, and it's time for America to talk about the issues. Right. That's why today I'm seated across from a Trump supporter who is here to chat about America's biggest concerns. This is Vashon, a Chicago activist, also.
Yes. He is still in the midst of the metamorphosis of going from being a normal-minded black man to a Republican conservative black guy. We got the bushy, untidy mustache, but what looks like very ashy hands. Oh God. You see these niggas, they switch to the other side and they start thinking they're white. They start thinking they can get away with shit like not wearing lotion. Damn, nigga. Is this what happens, bro? Huh? You start raccooning and you forget that you got a lotion, nigga? But he's still trying to hold on to pieces of his blackness. He still got the earrings, I see. He got some dreads, pretty nicely styled. But notice, no clean, crispy lineup. Maybe he's not too far gone. Maybe we can. It looks like he's halfway through the transformation. He's got on the fucking suit and tie. Maybe there's still hope for him. We'll see.
Known as the Chicago Conservative. How you doing today, man?
Pretty good, man. Thanks for having me today.
Both of us get one claim of
He didn't grow up talking like that. You can tell.
our own that we have 30 minutes to debate with the other side. After Vashon's claim, we'll go to my claim. Are you ready?
Yes, sir. Let's do it. My first claim is that the death of Charlie Kirk was caused by the left.
This is a point that I've seen brought up.
You can tell he's put it on. This is not how he speaks comfortably, okay? Why am I pointing all of these things out, by the way? The ashy hands, the way his hair is styled, the lack of a lineup, the untidy mustache, the dreads, the suit. It's because you have to understand these people are consciously attempting to assimilate into a white space that is anti-black. And so there is a bit of a performance, a bit of a costume that is assumed, that is donned to help make that more effective, right?
A lot in conservative circles. And I just want to start with the fundamental question. How do you define the left in this situation?
I would say the left is particularly the Democrats. So people who support the Democratic Party. Now,
yeah, the American flag pin on the suit. Yeah, it's all there. All the pieces are there.
I wouldn't say the radical left, but if we're just talking about the left in particular, I would just say people who basically support ideologies, progressive ideologies, democratic leadership, and things like that. So
I guess my question would be, when it comes to shootings or anything of that sort, I think individual responsibility is a huge part of it, especially in the conservative worldview. When somebody does something, that individual is responsible for that.
Absolutely.
Sometimes these broad sweeping categorizations, like the left is responsible,
Right.
I feel like that misses the point when this one 22-year-old dude is responsible. It's like after Melissa Hortman was killed in Minnesota, I wouldn't say the right killed Melissa Hortman. I would say this crazy dude killed Melissa Hortman. Is that fair?
Well, not necessarily, because when it came to January 6th, you guys claimed that the people who stormed January 6th, it was caused by Trump's rhetoric. So if we could use that same, if we can use that same analogy for, Charlie Kirk, wouldn't you agree?
I would not agree, because January 6th was caused by Trump's rhetoric. And we don't have to go too deep into this, but Donald Trump...
But the death of Charlie Kirk wasn't caused by the left rhetoric?
We'll get to that in 1 second, but when it comes to J6, Donald Trump, before the 2020 election even happened, said it was going to be stolen. He said over and over and over, this is going to be a rigged election. Then on election night, he took the stage and declared victory when only 50% of the votes were counted. Then a few months later, he asked certain electors to overturn their slate of electors, and then all of this basically culminated into him saying, be there on January 6th. Our country is being taken. And you know what was happening?
But
Yeah.
I'm not going to say you're being disingenuous
No, you're
here,
good.
but you're leaving out information
Which part?
when it comes to him asking Nancy Pelosi for those troops. Now, Donald Trump did come out and say that we do need some National Guard here, because he said there was going to be very big.
Yeah.
So
that also this need to imitate Donald Trump. You see this a lot with these raccoons. They all try to do his voice and his hand movements and all that. It's very strange.
let me just finish.
Yeah.
And even Nancy Pelosi's own daughter, even Nancy Pelosi herself, said that January 6th was her fault.
This does not pertain to the argument about whether or not Trump's rhetoric caused it. Because listen, he told people, do you know what was happening on January 6th? What happens every January 6th?
Well, we do know that
What happens every January 6th? Like what on that day, what is happening inside the Capitol?
I'm not sure. Can you elaborate?
Yeah, no, it's all good. So inside the Capitol, they certify the results of the election on January 6th. That is the certification day. That's why.
Of course. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, of course. You didn't know that. Listen, this is ridiculous. He's trying to do this for a living, and he doesn't know that. This is the thing with the grift, and that's why it is a grift. These guys don't fucking know what the fuck they're talking about. They haven't studied political science to any degree. They have a very elementary, if even that, grasp of American history. You see, if you want to be white and blow up in the conservative space today, you better have everything. You better know what the fuck you're talking about. You better be a very good speaker. You got to know your shit. You got to know how to debate, how to argue, and have charisma. If you want to be black and blow up in the conservative space, well, all you got to do is be black. That's it. Be black, say anti-black shit, say, good things about Donald Trump from time to time. You can run up a bag doing that shit.
That's why Mike Pence was in the Capitol with his hand up, right? So can you see where I'm coming from when I see Trump claiming the election was rigged over and over and over and over, and then his supporters show up and say, hang Mike Pence? There are videos of them going, hang Mike Pence. And it was a minority, sure. But the reason that they're mad is because they think Mike Pence, who was Trump's vice president, they think Mike Pence was stealing the election when that wasn't true. So the only reason, if Trump never spread that election fraud lie, would January 6th have happened?
Now, that is a good question, but we do have to point out some key facts here when it comes to J6. Do you think that there were people let inside of the Capitol that day?
No, there were 3 breach points and there were different windows that were broken through.
Okay, so there are conspiracies that there were federal agents there that were basically dressed in pro-Trump gear, basically making it seem like they were Trump supporters when they really were not. And they allowed people to go inside of the Capitol. Now, we don't know if that's true or not. I don't know if people can prove that or not.
So he's arguing using conspiracies that it's a meaningless point if you can't even say that is what happened.
But in my opinion, do I think that they will stoop to that level? Yes. Now, Why do I believe that? We can get back on.
This is the right. This is all they fucking have. Conspiracies. Everything's a fucking conspiracy.
Topic. Yeah. Because Charlie Kirk, the death of Charlie Kirk, they said that the guy was a Republican at first, and they said that the guy had a Trump shirt, and that, tend to not be true because that was video, that was Photoshopped. Yeah, so
I called that out on my channel
yeah,
too.
So you can agree to that. So I appreciate that. When we have Charlie Kirk saying that, when he's critiquing the black community, when he's critiquing LGBT, we know that these people tend to be sensitive about these topics. Now, we know that Tyler Robinson, this is coming from the FBI, I don't know if you trust them or not, but there was evidence saying that he was texting his lover, and majority of people who support LGBT, they tend to be radical leftists.
Check this clip out.
You leave it the way it is. There have been very few complaints the way it is. People go, they use the bathroom that they feel is appropriate.
So if Caitlyn Jenner were to walk into Trump Tower and want to use the bathroom, you would be fine with her using any bathroom she chooses?
That is correct.
A radical Islamic terrorist targeted the nightclub, not only because he wanted to kill Americans, but in order to execute gay and lesbian citizens because of their sexual orientation. It's a strike at the heart and soul of who we are as a nation.
I will do everything in my power to protect our LGBTQ citizens from the violence and oppression of a hateful foreign ideology.
So, does that make Donald Trump a radical leftist? These guys are pathetic.
Now, there is no proof of that. That's just my experience.
The same FBI that you're quoting said that the girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever, was being very cooperative, was the one that helped turn Tyler Robinson in. And you understand Kash Patel and the FBI said that person was being very cooperative with the FBI. So I don't get what's the point that you're trying to make. Also, can we back up?
I'm talking about the rhetoric, though. Like, you
this
see
was after Charlie Kirk died, you're talking about.
But you're not letting me finish, though. That's what I'm saying. So my thing is this.
Okay.
He had a trans lover. Now, I don't know, like, what he was. But listen to me. That's what I'm saying. You have to understand, when Charlie Kirk
slipped there. That's what I'm saying. Like, the blackness is like Venom taking over. I don't even know what that nigga name. What's the name of the nigga that Venom fucking the symbiote suit be consuming? He's like, that ain't even what I'm saying. That's, you need to let me finish. This shit is so funny, man.
Kirks go up and go to college campuses and say that marriage is only between a man and a woman. Tyler Robinson is probably feeling some type of way about that because he probably wants to marry this he, she, whatever it is one day. You have Jasmine Crockett out here that was.
Oh my God, bro. The way these people talk, bro.
Literally telling people that all I want.
Whatever it is, man.
For my birthday is to have someone take out Elon Musk. Now, you can sit up there and say that that's, oh, she didn't say he wanted to hurt him, but people are going to take that and run with it like, okay, we're going to have to do something. Like, I can tell you, eliminate Donald Trump, right?
Anyway, what?
Eliminate Donald Trump. I can say that, right? But then when you say, oh, he said eliminate Donald Trump. No, I said eliminate Donald Trump. But you see, but that's what the left does, though.
No.
That's kind of what they do. They make words tricky, but people inside the left, they know what they mean. They know, like, they're talking in code.
So what the fuck is this guy talking about? The grand majority of the psycho fucking shit coming out in terms of politics is coming from the right. It's all these incel Nazi dudes that are just constantly angry.
Makes sense.
Yeah, and so I heard your argument out. Every time you make your argument about the left causing Charlie Kirk's death, it seems to be revolved, and tell me if this is fair, it seems to be revolved around him having a trans lover that he wanted to defend.
No, it's because of all of the rhetoric that they choose. When it comes to them calling Trump a Nazi, calling Trump Hitler,
so they shouldn't.
Have Trump ever gassed any Jews?
Wait, I have a question. So politicians should not call Trump.
Oh man, that was good. I like that. Have Trump ever gassed any Jews? Has, brother. Has, my man.
So they shouldn't.
Have Trump ever gassed any Jews?
Wait, I have a question. So
did he even put the word gas in past tense? Was it gas or gassed? What do you say?
Trump, Hitler.
So they shouldn't.
Have Trump ever gassed any Jews?
He said, wait, I have a question. So, bro. Have Trump ever gassed any Jews? Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Have Trump ever gassed any Jews? Serious face.
Politicians should not call Trump Hitler.
I mean, they have the right to their free speech. I'm not
Do you
saying
think
that
it's
they
bad
can.
for politicians to call Trump Hitler?
It's bad for politicians to call Trump Hitler because
only
that's not
Trapped. He's trapped because JD Vance called Trump Hitler.
true, because that's false. That's a lie.
The only elected official to call Trump Hitler is JD Vance.
Okay, but he
It's JD
came out
Vance.
and said, but he said that he fell victim to your rhetoric, to the left's rhetoric.
He was
He
a
was a Republican.
Republican. Which Democrat has called Trump a
a lot
fascist?
of
He's a Republican.
Republicans, hold on. A lot of Republicans don't agree with everything Trump does say. Even me, like even when it comes to the 600
The only
Asian
elected
kids,
official
But you just tried to make the argument that this extreme thing of comparing Donald Trump, who is operating in a very authoritarian way, comparing him to Hitler is dangerous, unreasonable, and it inspires violence. We give you an example of an elected official, JD Vance, who is a conservative and a Republican and has always been that way. He called Donald Trump Hitler. What now? Now he's saying, well, we don't all agree with the things Donald Trump says. It's like, huh?
Call him Hitler was JD Vance, and RFK Jr. made a joke about it.
Which he took back,
by the way,
he took responsibility. But you're not.
Donald Trump called Kamala a fascist 20 times during the election. Over and over, he called Kamala and Joe Biden a fascist and a communist. Sorry, I'll let you finish in 1 second, but the idea that Trump's rhetoric isn't divisive as well is absurd. It is so incredibly divisive. Every single day he says that we are the enemy from within. He posts photos and AI images of Chicago just on fire. This is the US president who's showing images of country or cities at war. He says that he wants to go to war with the cities, and I understand that we could get into this later, but this is someone who constantly escalates the rhetoric and is calling Democrats vile vermin, enemy from.
Donald Trump is in no way trying to calm things down, bro. He is in no way trying to bridge the divide and calm things down. And he has that power. He wants this chaos and this anarchy. These people, these MAGA guys, worship him. It's like a cult. And so if he called off the dogs and said, hey guys, we need to tone things down. We need to have civil discourse. We can't be crashing out, saying racist shit. What the fuck? If he did that, they would fucking calm down, bro. But he's giving them that permission.
Within fascist, communist.
But what are they calling Trump, though? They're calling him Hitler. They're calling him a Nazi.
JD Vance is calling him Hitler?
But he took
Which other
responsibility.
Democrat?
But that's what I'm saying. You're not letting me finish, Adam.
Democrat?
Come on, dude. So my thing is this. Yes, JD Vance called him Hitler, but he, as a man, took
He
responsibility
learned that today, I think. He probably just learned that right now.
for what he said. And he said that I fell for the leftist rhetoric that was caused by CNN, ABC, and MSNBC, all of these left-wing news platforms. So he admitted that he felt
That's what he was consuming? You want me to believe a Republican politician was influenced by CNN?
to that, and he took full accountability for that, something that the left will never do.
This is a grown man who says he got tricked and duped while he is like 40 years
so
old.
grown men doesn't get tricked?
This is the vice president. You think the vice president can get just tricked?
So,
He thought Trump
no,
was a
that's not what you said at
He
first. You
said
said it's a grown man, so you don't think you don't think adults get tricked every day?
This is JD Vance, who was 32 years old at the time, and he called Trump Hitler. Can you name one Democrat who's called Trump Hitler who's elected?
Dude, come on, man.
No.
Are you talking about elected as president or vice president? Or because
Anybody.
you do know that Joe Biden exists, right?
He called Trump Hitler?
He didn't call him Hitler
Okay,
specifically,
so
but he
JD
called
Vance
him
is the only person.
Okay, but like I said
Oh my God. Oh my God. This is terrible. This is a massacre.
before, you're going back to JD Vance when I already
So you
gave
think
that.
Biden calling Trump a fascist is bad?
If it's not true, then yes.
What about when Trump called Biden a fascist?
That is true.
I disagree. What's your definition of fascist then?
What is your definition of fascism?
An ultra-right
He doesn't know the
authoritarian
He
politician.
doesn't know the definition of fascism. He is trying to debate why Donald Trump is not a fascist. Adam is actually trying to not embarrass him. He didn't bring him on here to just fucking fillet him. All of the injuries that he's already sustained, he's pretty much caused. Adam is just like holding out a sword and this guy's walking into it repeatedly. But he could truly rip this guy to pieces and make him look dumb as fuck. He doesn't even know the definition of fascism. He is trying to argue why Donald Trump isn't a fascist while not knowing what the term fascist means. Interesting.
What's your definition of fascism?
What is your definition of fascism?
An ultra-right authoritarian politician who wants to consolidate power around him.
So you don't think that Biden tried to basically weaponize the DOJ against Donald Trump? You don't think that to be true?
Do you really want to dig into this one?
Do you? I'm asking you. You don't think that Biden weaponized the DOJ against Donald Trump?
Let me get into this one very quickly. Donald Trump 2 weeks ago, and I'll get to the Biden. He posted a photo or posted a tweet that said, Pam Bondi, I want you to prosecute 3 people. Did you see this one? It was Comey, it was Letitia James, and it was Adam Schiff.
Wait, let me finish. Letitia James is a criminal though, right? She's doing mortgage fraud.
Let me finish. Can I finish? The president.
You have a problem with Letitia James and mortgage fraud, buddy? Do you know who Donald Trump is and the plethora of felonies that he has been convicted for? Do you know the amount of settlements that this man has had to make? The amount of millions that he has had to pay because of his shady business practices? And you want to talk about mortgage fraud?
President of the United States isn't the person who decides who's a criminal. Let me finish this one. Donald Trump directed Pam Bondi to prosecute these people, and now they're being indicted. Can you point to me a Joe Biden post where he says, hey, Merrick Garland, can you do this?
You do know Joe Biden is like old as dirt, right? I don't think he's worried about tweets and stuff like that. He doesn't have the cognitive decline to even make a tweet, in my opinion.
Old as dirt? Donald Trump is now officially the oldest president to have ever served as president, sir. Okay.
When did he ask Merrick Garland to do this then? Because your entire argument hinges on him asking his attorney general to prosecute this, and this didn't happen.
Well, first of all, we have to look at the facts here. What did Donald Trump do illegally?
I can go through the entire list.
As far as them trying to get him prosecuted.
Falsified business records 34 times, tried to pressure election officials
So elaborate with the business records. What was falsified? Because I'm sorry, go ahead. I don't mean to cut you off.
You're good.
Because to my knowledge, are you talking about like the money that they say he didn't pay back?
This is the Manhattan case with Letitia James, or it's the Manhattan case that he got 34 felony convictions on. It was falsifying business records.
Now you do know those are all like BS charges, right?
You realize it went through a grand jury of peers, and then the entire trial played out with Donald Trump's lawyers getting to pick the jury. The lawyers get to pick the jury. The jury of Trump's peers heard that case.
But this is the most liberalist city that you can do this in. Like they
He explains to him this went through the standard judicial process, no differently than it would for anybody else. And Donald Trump was found guilty. Now, the problem is, well, he lives in a liberal city, so the jury, despite the fact that Donald Trump's lawyers chose who would be in the jury. Crazy.
And this is the most disingenuous thing that they could have ever done. They've chosen the most liberalist city you could literally choose.
It's where it happened.
Chosen the most liberalist city.
But my thing is, they took advantage of that, knowing that New York is fairly liberal.
Can you at least admit that it seems like Trump is doing the exact same thing, but even worse when it comes to Comey? And it seems like Republicans are admitting.
Now, so you have to understand that when a white conservative looks and listens to this man speak, he thinks he's a fucking joke. He is nothing more than a dancing clown. Like, they do not respect this guy at all. Your seat at the table is not the same as theirs, my friend. Your seat at the table is certainly not the same.
That he's just openly asking for Comey to do this.
I want to get back to the rhetoric, though.
Let's go.
I mean, that's not really relevant, in my opinion, when it comes to
You don't even get a seat at the table. You just get to open the door, but at least you get to stand inside when you open the door. They don't make you stand outside the door. You're on the inside and you open it, but you don't sit down, not at the table.
rhetoric.
It is.
You have so many people
Because
on
Trump
the
is a
left.
fascist. That's why it is. Like, that's
In
why.
your opinion, he's a fascist. But you have people. Okay, so why not call out Jasmine Crockett for saying that she wants, somebody to whack Trump upside his head, or she wants somebody to smack Trump upside his head?
Please do not ask for violence against politicians. That's not what our side should do. That is not what America should be about. Do not do that. Can you do the same for Trump? Tell him to stop using his divisive rhetoric.
Okay, but you have to elaborate what is divisive. What he's saying is divisive.
Do you want me to go through a list?
Go ahead.
He calls Democrats the enemy from within. He spread lies about election fraud. He says Democrats are fascists, communists, are ruining our country.
But they say the same thing about him, though.
When I was doing that debate just a bit ago, it seems like Republicans are genuinely under these. It seems like Trump thinks that Democrats.
Again, there is a difference between people in the public that identify as conservative or liberal who say these things and elected officials who say these things. That's the problem. Yes, even if people in mainstream media are saying these inflammatory things, you have to understand it's still falling under the category of entertainment. Fox News, MSNBC, CNN, these are TV shows, guys. Their number one priority is clicks and ratings. And so even them, they are not to be held to the same standard as elected politicians. And that's the problem. That's the point Adam has been making here, that give me an example of a single Democrat who is using this kind of language, this divisive language, completely demonizing half of the country. It doesn't happen. It's only on the right. They'll just say with a broad brush, Democrats are this and that. They are the enemy within. That is insane. Never before has that been done in American history.
Want to destroy the entire country. So he says,
I didn't make that claim.
No, but Donald Trump right now is attacking Act Blue and all of these PACs that Democrats use for fundraising.
No, he wants and this is where you guys are failing to realize. He wants your party to get the hell together. You people are insane now.
Not.
Yes, he is, dude. And listen, if you don't,
Like, you people are insane now? Like, he's saying this as if he believes that Adam and everybody on the left thinks that political violence is the answer to all our problems. Like, no. It's insane, bro. It is insane.
Calling us the enemy who need to be terminated. He's trying to remove our fundraising apparatus.
Dude, because you have to understand where Donald Trump is coming from when it comes to the corruption inside of the Democratic Party. Do you realize that all of the corruption that Joe Biden has done and his entire family has done with the CCP, the China Communist Party, even Byron Donalds called this out in Congress and they put that into order. So a lot of people would call Trump out on him, having bad breath or some shit. I don't know. But you guys will never call out Obama when it comes to him spying on the Trump administration.
Did Obama ask his attorney general to prosecute people directly? This is rhetoric that has never been seen before in American history. And I do want to return back to the rhetoric and the Charlie Kirk point, because that is the main point we're trying to talk about. I think that there is a fundamental incongruence between the way the sides speak. I think that every single Democratic politician immediately condemned the shooting of Charlie Kirk. Right. Every Democratic politician said this is terrible, unless you can name one that didn't.
No, you're right.
On the right side, the Republican politicians, 99% of them condemned the shooting of Melissa Hortman, but there were a few that were making fun of it. It was Representative Andy Biggs,
and Democrats weren't making fun of Charlie Kirk?
Elected Democrat? We're talking
not
about
elected.
That's
but
what matters. That's what matters. Who gives a fuck what Joe Smo is saying on Twitter? Bro, that doesn't matter. Okay? We have freedom of speech in this country. The criticism that is being leveled at Donald Trump and people who are close to positions of political power, even like a guy like Charlie Kirk, right? These are people who are influencing the president. These are people who have incredibly large audiences, but even Charlie shouldn't be held to the same standard as elected officials, right? These elected officials have a responsibility to operate in a way that is in the best interest of the country. Now, sure, Republicans and Democrats may disagree on economic policies, foreign affairs, etc. However, they both should prioritize that the country be at peace, right? Like, we shouldn't feel as if we are at the brink of some kind of a civil war here. And it is clear that there is a growing number of people in positions of power and influence, elected officials on the right, including that senator from Vermont who was found out in that Young Republicans group chat where we saw they were using the N-word, joking about rape, joking about gas chambers. When you have people like that speaking in that fashion, it pours gasoline on the problem that is growing between people on the left and people on the right in the general population. It's so irresponsible. It needs to be condemned. That's the problem. He's not getting that. He's treating Donald Trump and Republican politicians as if they're no different than just another American citizen.
But these are different standards. You can't hold someone on Twitter.
Okay, but here's the thing, though, right? No one cares about these elected officials, Democrats. They care about people like Hassan Piker, Destiny, Harry Sissons, all of these internet clowns. Wow. These are the people that they're looking at. Hassan Piker. Now,
Hassan was disgusted by the shooting. Hassan was disgusted by the shooting.
Let's be honest, man. Me personally, I think he was fake crying, but that's just my opinion. Hassan Piker is disgusting, in my opinion.
So regardless of if it was fake or not, the point is, when the shooting happened, he expressed nothing but empathy and disgust at the act that occurred. We're not seeing that coming from the people on the right that are in the same league as Hassan. We're not seeing that kind of empathy being expressed for people on the left.
I basically quoted, "Let's bathe in their capitalist blood." Do you want somebody like that to be a leader of the left?
No. So
my thing is this. You can't.
Hassan Piker is not an elected official. He's just a guy talking on the internet.
Well, besides Nick,
like that would be like us blaming Alex Jones. Not to say that Hassan Piker is the Alex Jones of the left. Alex Jones is more of a conspiracy theorist than anything else, but he's also conservative Republican, Trump supporter, and like nobody could ever blame Alex Jones for social unrest. You know what I'm saying? It's these politicians who are in positions of power. These are the people. Why is that? Because they have the authority to do something about it.
On the right that is that radical,
yes,
that has that much of big of an audience.
How about this? Laura Loomer, who has access to the president of the United States. Laura Loomer is an absolute whack job right now, and she has direct access to the president. We can go through. Donald Trump just held a press conference 2 days ago where he brought in a bunch of random Twitter personalities who say crazy shit. Do you think there's a different standard between an elected official? Do you think their words mean more than a random person on Twitter?
No.
You think it's the same?
No. I mean, do you believe in free speech? I mean, now I believe in facts. I don't care if they're an elected official. I don't care if they're a homeless bum on the street. If that homeless bum on the street is telling me the truth, besides that elected official, and we all know politicians lie, dude. That's why we don't like politicians anymore. Trump is not a politician. You do know that, right?
He is.
Wow. Look at this guy. I wasn't even trying to catch this one. Yo, this is like stacking Pokemon cards at this point, bro. We got like 3 faces now. That's the thumbnail right there, baby. That's the thumbnail right there. Oh my God. Yeah.
He's politician. He's absolutely the politician.
He's not a politician. Okay, maybe he is when it comes to foreign policy. He might be. But when it comes to trying to keep America first, no, he's not a politician.
He's like the most, dude, who is the chair of the RNC right now? It's Laura Trump. Donald Trump has embedded his
He didn't know that.
family into the Republican National Convention so deeply that his daughter-in-law, Laura Trump.
Who led the campaign for the Biden administration?
Who exactly? Who? I don't know.
Hunter Biden did.
Hunter Biden did not lead the campaign.
He was the one.
Hunter Biden was fucking off in some bathroom getting high on coke, nigga. What you talking about? Hunter Biden was not leading shit. Are you fucking kidding me?
He probably
he was an advisor.
Okay, he was an advisor.
He
but
didn't
that's
lead
the thing,
the campaign.
Was
What's
Hunter
your point?
Biden? Okay, Hunter Biden is very, very corrupt. And first of all, and second of all, they tried to use Biden as a brand like Donald Trump. Now, Trump been a brand before he ran for president, you do know, right? He had the Trump Tower. He has Trump International. He's been in movies. He's been in TV shows. This guy's even been on WWE. This guy's like...
Yes, you know, are you going to wipe off your mouth now? That's a lot. That's a lot.
Literally my childhood. I haven't even heard of... I don't even know what the fuck Joe Biden is until Barack Obama was elected. Okay, so my thing is this. Why the hell can Hunter Biden basically monetize off of his dad, which he definitely was, even when it comes to lobbying with the Ukrainians and the I don't want to get you banned by saying, can I say Jewish? Can I say Jews? Okay, yeah. And you know, lobbying for the Ukrainians and the Jews and stuff like that. I mean, let's be honest. You guys don't want to call that stuff out. Hunter Biden's laptop. The guy literally had child porn on his laptop.
No, he did not.
He did.
No, he did not.
Dude, did you not see this laptop? He was smoking crack. He had basically...
You're making this up.
No, I'm not, dude. He literally...
So I asked ChatGPT, is there any credibility to this claim that Hunter Biden had child pornography on his laptop? This is what it brought back. There's no credible evidence. Multiple fact checkers have looked into the 2020 rumor that Hunter Biden's laptop contained child pornography and found no evidence to support it. The viral claims were traced to anonymous forums and political commentary, not verified law enforcement findings. This is what they do. They lie, they make shit up, they have conspiracy theories. This is their entire thing, bro. It's insane. He is here coming on a public, massive political platform to have a debate, and he's literally just saying shit that is completely fabricated, completely made up.
Borderline naked little girls on that laptop.
Wow.
The DOJ was investigating.
That is defamation, sir. You should be lucky, thankful that Hunter Biden is fucking loaded, because he, for just saying that shit right there, if you had made that lie about me, you're cooked. I'm suing the fuck out of you. But Hunter Biden, you know, these politicians, there is corruption on both sides, and so they're fucking loaded. He ain't worried about this little dancing tap dancer right here. But still, dude, the fact that you can just get on this platform and just lie like that, insane.
Hunter Biden under Biden's term, and they didn't.
And
it was
whose
for
DOJ was this? Biden's or Trump?
It was Biden's.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
All right.
Listen.
So that
Biden directed his own DOJ, not directed. Biden's own DOJ without Biden's.
Trump was tried by a jury of his peers. Oh, well, it's a city's liberal. The law enforcement looked into all of these Hunter Biden claims and found no evidence. Oh, well, it was a Biden administration. Constantly moving the goalpost.
Knowledge began an investigation into Hunter Biden.
Just like the auto pen.
No. Can I ask you?
Either,
do you
right?
think Pam Bondi, the current attorney general, would ever investigate Don Jr. or anyone? No, because Trump asks her and directs her to investigate. How about this? I'll make a truce with you. I will say Hunter Biden's dealings with Burisma, which was the Ukrainian energy company,
sure. Mm-hmm.
I will say that that's not good. You shouldn't use your dad's name to do that. Can you say that Donald Trump starting Trump Coin and making $2 billion off of crypto fees and American people is not good? That's monetizing.
I can't confirm or deny that. I don't follow big. I don't believe in crypto. If it's true, if you can prove that, then yes, I will concede to that point.
Wow, you see how he does not bring forth any evidence of the Hunter Biden claims about CP, yet the requirement for him to accept this right now is he needs to now produce actual evidence and put it in front of his face.
You prove it?
Yes, of course. Do you know that Trump Coin exists? Do you concede that part?
Oh yes, Trump Coin exists,
Okay.
but I don't know the.
Do you think a lot of people bought Trump Coin?
I'm pretty sure they have. I'm pretty sure they have.
Donald Trump's net worth has increased a fewfold for a few reasons. It's the transaction fees for crypto. It's not even the crypto itself. You get these transaction fees from it, but also literal billionaires from China, like Chinese-born entrepreneur Justin Sun, gave $80 million to Trump, and Trump dropped an SEC investigation. At this point, we're kind of just arguing about which side is more corrupt. So I think we should take it back a second, because I think the entire conversation was centering around Charlie Kirk, and the way that we got here was talking about fascism, and then from fascism, I think we were talking about corruption. But let's bring it back down to Charlie Kirk. Do you have any final statements on this?
My thing is, if the left didn't push all this hateful rhetoric, and if the Trump administration didn't allow this to happen so much, I'm pretty sure Charlie Kirk would be alive. Pam Bundy already came out and said, if you threaten a official or all of this, you will go to jail. And I haven't seen anyone get locked up or held accountable for anything. They're supposed to be draining the swamp right now. Trump, what's going on right now?
Trump has created his own swamp.
So that's debatable as well. And in my opinion, if officials like Jasmine Crockett, these are actual leaders of the Democratic Party, people like Jasmine Crockett that are inciting violence on the president of the United States, on people that are in Trump's administration at the time, Elon Musk. I think those people needed to be held accountable, and it would have basically showed the message to all Americans that if you basically threaten anybody in our government, whether they're on the right or the left, you will be held accountable.
Do you think Charlie Kirk was right about the Civil Rights Act, or do you think that his view was racist?
Yes, beautiful. Beautiful. This is where we need to go. This is where we need to go. But you know what? Here's what I'll do. I'll do another video and we'll pick up here, man. This video is already almost an hour long, guys. Come on. We'll do a part 1 and a part 2. I'm already exhausted with this guy. If this video gets 4K likes, we're gonna do part 2. As soon as this video hits 4K likes, I'll prioritize doing part 2. How about that? All right. Let me know in the comments, guys. What do you think? Thank you for watching. Until next time, peace out.